Hello and welcome to our next card in today's card class. I hope you're enjoying making the cards so far. So for this one we're going to create a bit of a scene with our card, not with anything else, and we're going to be using some of the DSP again as our background, nice starry sky, and then we're going to use some of the one of the dies from the coordinating die set to create this little bit of a snowy scene. And then inside we've got a bit more DSP. So you will need, in your kit you will have two pieces that look something like that. Now that has actually come from a 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre square, and I've used the wobbly die, the arched die, to just cut across, and we're going to layer this together. Okay, so that's how we're going to create our little scene. You will need a few houses cut out from your DSP. You will need a background piece of DSP that measures 10 centimetres by 9 centimetres. And for the inside you will need a piece of DSP that measures 10 by 14.4 and another that measures 9 by 13.4. And then of course you will need your card base. The card base is cut from thick Whisper White, and I'm going to show you a trick with this DSP. So to start with the 10 centimetre piece across the top, you're going to just snip in the edges. Okay, so not too much, probably about 2.5 centimetres up, because what that means is that when we put our little snowy scene on, you won't then in theory see the DSP hanging out the side. So first things first, we're going to stick this down, and this is being stuck down flat. Okay, and then the first thing we're going to do, you need to decide which piece you want to use first. Now I am going to use this piece up there like so. So we're going to stick that down with a couple of dimensionals, and I'm going to use my dimensionals just at the bottom and one in the middle. And just stick that on so that the edges are just a little bit higher than your DSP. Okay, and then this piece here, it's actually not been stuck on very straight, so you can peel this off if you're careful. So that's better, that's now on straight. And then this piece we're going to stick on so that it just covers the bottom and you get that little snowy sweeping kind of look. And I'm adding my dimensionals to the bottom, and there's quite a lot of dimension to this card, and I think that's what makes it work. So there we have our little snowy scene, very, very cute. And then we need to cut out our houses and our trees, which the trees are over on my desk behind me, so I need to grab those shortly. So just trim around your houses, use whichever combination of houses works for you. Of course, if you haven't got quite the right amount of houses that you want to use, or the right colours, if you have the stamp set you can use that. But don't forget there's a couple of sheets of DSP that have houses on in different sizes, so use whatever you like. And you don't have to put this many houses on, you can put fewer houses on if you want to. Okay, so there is our first one. Our second one. And then our little third one. So what I love about these houses, or another thing I love about these houses, is how they layer together. And they do look really fun. Like so, and then I have this little house which is on the edge of my DSP, and we're not going to waste him. So I just need to grab a couple of trees that are behind me on my desk to cut out. Okay, so we want a couple of trees, and I would say put on as many trees as you want or as little. This is your card design, so some of us will like a forest of trees and others will like just that little tree all in its own. So my design is just a template, and it's up to you how you make that your own. Okay, so I've got one tree. So the best thing that I can say for this card is to layer things on how you feel they look best. Okay, so because my little house there is actually angled, it's cut off that side, I'm going to put it there, and then this one is going to go like so. So just swap around the sides as you wish, and then play around with your trees. Right, so we can start putting this together. So I'm going to stick my little section of house down first. I think that looks quite cute there. And just mix and match how you stick these down. Some you may want to stick down flat, others you may want to stick down with a dimensional, and just work out where you want your, if you want them to be tucked under or if you want them to be tucked over. Okay, so I'm just layering these all together. And then with our Christmas trees, so you'll see that I haven't followed the design to a T. I've changed it to match kind of what I've got in my pack. And then we'll just put on another tree. Okay. So this one, I'm going to put that down there actually. Okay, so that is my finished version for that one. And then with your sentiment, I have used the sentiments on this sheet, and I'm actually going to cut peace, love and joy from mine, just to show you a different look, because on the sample that I showed you at the beginning I have used blue sentiments like so, but actually to add in a red is also really, really cute, and this is going to be stuck down flat, and I'm going to put that in the middle. Okay, so that is our finished card design there for the card front. For the inside of this, I mentioned earlier that we have a piece of DSP and a piece of Whisper White that I'm just going to stick together. Feel free to add in another sentiment, or maybe another house or a tree or whatever you wish. A little bit of stamping. Okay. So there is card number 2. Sorry, not card number 2. The next card finished. You can tell which order I've filmed these in. Okay, thanks then.